Hello there everyone and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about the Jedi, the original Force-using warriors who protected the galaxy. They were created before the Jedi and Sith and would eventually split and become the Jedi and Sith. In this video we will be talking about their creation, their history, their philosophy, and the planet that they live on and how it helps their training. Most of this information will be coming from the Dawn of the Jedi comic series issue 0. Before the official series started in issue 1, they made issue 0 to give the backstory and some brief history about them. We will also be talking a little bit on balance in the Force, as the Jedi Order was focused on what true balance in the Force is. So just so you know, like almost all of my videos, this will not be a part of Disney's canon continuity. This will be a part of the old classic continuity, also known as Legends. With that being said, let's get into the video. Alright, so let's go over their origins. Over 36,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, 8 ancient pyramid ships called Thoyor traveled throughout the galaxy gathering Force-sensitive warriors, scientists, philosophers, priests, and artisans. They were brought to the planet Tython in the deep core. The group circled the 9th Thoyor spaceship, which was bigger than the rest of them. Eventually, they were all taken to different parts of the planet depending on their unique skill. So who are the Jedi? What's their deal and how do they differ from the Jedi, or the Sith for that matter? The word Jedi is an amalgam of two ancient Dai Bendu words, Je meaning mystic and Dai meaning center, signifying that the Jedi concentrate on the study of balance within the Force. There's a lot of debate among Star Wars fans on what balance is. Does it mean focusing on the light and destroying the dark, or does it mean using both of them in harmony? To find this out, we're going to take a look at the Jedi Code. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no fear, there is power. I am the heart of the Force. I am the revealing fire in the light. I am the mystery of the darkness, in balance with chaos and harmony, immortal in the Force. So there we can see that they live in harmony with the Force, both the light, which they call Ashla, and the dark, which they call Bogan. So this is what balance is. They're not controlling the Force, they're not shaping it to their will. They are simply listening to both sides, not leaning too far to one side. Balance was essential to the Jedi. They believed that if the Force were out of balance, that chaos would erupt throughout the galaxy, which we know is true. Their code seems to be a mix of the Jedi and Sith codes. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge is a part of the Jedi code. Similarly, the Sith code talks about power. I think it's cool how most of the Jedi were able to use the light and the dark side and not turn to the dark side. In Disney's canon, they have said that this isn't possible, that if you were to tap into the dark side and the light, that the dark would eventually take over. While that's definitely true for some people, it's clearly not always the case. One of the reasons I think that most Jedi don't turn to the dark side is that they never completely use the dark side. They use abilities that require both sides so they don't become unbalanced. Unfortunately, the balance in the Jedi Order would be shattered. They split into two groups. One would become the Sith and the other would become the Jedi. When it came to their weapons, they used swords made from Magog Durasteel. Durasteel was very strong. Not as strong as Beskar, or strong enough to withstand a Force saber or lightsaber, but still pretty strong. So now that we've talked about the Jedi Order as a whole, let's talk about the different phases of the Jedi. There are 5 levels of attainment in the Jedi Order: Padawan, Journeyer, Ranger, Master, and Temple Master. I'm sure you all know what a Padawan is. They are very similar to Jedi Padawans. They would train at various temples in Tython and then work one-on-one with a Jedi Master. Next we have the Journeyer. The Journeyer was a Jedi who completed their time as a Padawan and was journeying to all 9 of the temples on the Jedi Order. We're going to talk a little bit about the temples in a little bit. Journeyers would travel on foot across the planet and learn survival skills and how to meditate and connect more with the Force. Not everyone would make the journey, as Tython could be a very dangerous planet. We're also going to talk about the planet in a little bit. After they trained at the temples and completed their time as a Journeyer, they progressed to the next level, the Jedi Ranger. The Rangers would go on missions for the Order. So they're kind of similar to Jedi Knights in the Jedi Order. The next phase was the Jedi Masters. Masters had completed all of their training and mastered all aspects of the Force. They would serve the will of the Force and meditate. They would also teach at the various Jedi temples. The next phase is similar to the Jedi Master. They are the Jedi Temple Masters. The Temple Masters were masters who had gained true knowledge of the Force. This was the highest position in the Order. There were only about 9 at any given time, but 1 for each temple. They would sit on the council and help guide the rest of the Order. So that's a little bit about their history, their philosophy, and the different phases of being a Jedi. Let's talk about Tython, the interesting planet, and the 9 temples on the planet. The planet Tython is in the deep core, which is in the center of the galaxy, in a region 7,000 light years across. The galaxy's oldest star orbits a massive black hole. The gravitational pull of the black hole on the stars and their close proximity with one another warp space-time within the core, which causes hyperspace lanes to collapse, making hyperspace travel difficult. The planet Tython itself is a wild and primordial world, rich with the Force. There are many naturally occurring force storms on the planet as well. Force storms would often happen when the Force was out of balance. Another dangerous area on the planet was a place called the Rift. The rift was a massive tear in the ground. It was many kilometers wide and deep. Through the rift there are volcanoes, jagged rocks, and dangerous animals. The young Jedi would train and hone their survival skills in this area. Another unique place on Tython is the Old City. The Old City had a ton of mysterious ziggurats and temples. The origin of the city is unknown. The city also had a bunch of pitfalls, caverns, and underground lakes. One of the most interesting things about the city was the fact that there was a hyperspace gate in the city. The next and last location on Tython we will be talking about today is the Silent Desert. In the Silent Desert, there is an undiscovered element that blocks all sound. Alright, so like I mentioned earlier, there are 9 Jedi temples, each focusing and specializing on one aspect of the Force. There is Kaleth, the Temple of Knowledge. The temple is built over a Force nexus, so when important matters arise, Jedi gather there to make decisions. There is also Bodhi, the Temple of Arts. Students learn how to study the Force through art, writing, calligraphy, cooking, dancing, etc. Anil Keshnid is the Temple of Science. Here, Jedi scientists study science and alchemy. They design useful inventions and technology for the Jedi. However, sometimes the results can be a bit unpredictable. There's a seemingly bottomless chasm within the Jedi temples that interferes with the Jedi's senses. It also holds a plethora of secrets. Some Jedi have gone completely insane trying to learn the chasm's secrets. The next temple, Mahara-Kesh, is the Jedi Temple of Healing. Located in the deep ocean, Jedi students learn how to heal others both with the Force and without it. The next temple is the Jedi Forge. Vertep, as it's called, is located on top of an active volcano. It has an interior dome that protects the temple from the lava. The temple uses the heat from the volcano as a sort of power source. The temple focuses on how the Force can be manifested physically. The next temple is Kikon-Kesh, the Temple of Force Skills, located in the Silent Desert that I talked about earlier. Young Jedi come here to hone their abilities in mental and sensory uses of the Force. At the next temple, Stav-Kesh, Jedi hone their abilities in martial arts, weapons training, and physical force abilities. They also test new weapons there. Padawan-Kesh is a temple for very young Jedi, but they were housed there and taught how to use the Force. The ninth and last Jedi temple is Akar-Kesh, the Temple of Balance. This temple is actually the last of the pyramid ships I was talking about in the beginning of the video. The open-air temple is a place Jedi can go for introspective contemplation. This temple's main focus is to teach balance in the Force. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. So what did you think about the Jedi? I thought they were pretty interesting. I liked how they were able to use the Force in perfect balance. Most of the stuff I covered in that video came from issue 0 of the Dawn of the Jedi comics and the Dawn of the Jedi novel that they made. If you want to learn more about them, you should check out the Dawn of the Jedi comics and the novel for yourself. Unfortunately, Disney bought Lucasfilm about 2 years after we started learning about the Jedi. That's why we don't really have a lot of novels, comics, and information about the Jedi.